Oh, we're live. Look at that.
Hey,
Chat room. How are you?
where do you want to be?
I don't know. We could kind of like hang around here. Like grab another chair. We'll just sit here in front of the thing because we can. This is super. This is way easier than the other one. Hi everybody. Welcome to the chat room. You guys will join us as we go. I hope Johnny's running around looking for a chair so we can all sit. Maybe we should just go into the conference room. Can anybody see me? Is any? Oh, there it says people popping in. I see you. Hey, Hal Vickery, how are you? It's cool. Yeah, let's just sit in here. This is good. This is good stuff, man. Looks good. This. All right, I'll just set this up here with this little chair. I see you. I see you too. Hi. Hello. Hi everybody. There's Carl. Hi folks. So we seldom get to don't get. Hello, Kilroy. I'm Kilroy. Kilroy. So I had my shows in Cedar Rapids last night. I had an 8 o'clock show. I got one tonight. So it's about 3.5 hour drive.
You're a crazy person.
Yes, I am. But I had an opportunity to come and see Johnny.
Of hell.
And I was like, I'm within driving distance. I can't not do it, because I've done it from Grand Rapids, which is almost as far, not quite, maybe 2.5 hours, probably an hour difference.
No, I try not to drive to either place.
Oh, either way, it was good. I can't stop lying. Look at that. Cedar Rapids is a long drive, all right.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Johnny looks much better in this light.
Yeah.
It's true. Yes. Yeah. I think it's partly the crap camera. I have to be honest. I didn't buy the good camera.
Oh my god.
I was like in a rush.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have time to cross shop in this
But I
situation.
always look like washed out on those things.
Well, me too. So this is obviously way better. So, anyways, let's say, Johnny, you're not a ghost. Exactly. Hey, go figure. So, first of all, I feel like this needs to tilt up or something. I'm gonna use a stack of. You know what? I should just leave well enough alone.
Yeah, it's hard not to adjust.
And I try to make it better, and then everything will screw up, and then
I'm gonna get a taller chair.
All right.
Take off my jacket.
Do these chairs go taller? No, they don't. No, I don't think so. So I'll just sit in. I'll just sit in closer. How's that? Is something occurring? The YouTube. I think there's a software issue.
Where's the camera?
Invariably, it's right here. That little dot. Hello. 5 o'clock shadow on your head.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, the show did go very, very fast. That happens. Oh, hi, Sixes. 4 miles away. That's nice. Thanks, Susan. I'm glad I'm in town too. It's really hard for me to not come through Chicago when I'm nearly anywhere remotely close. Even I've driven down to do the show when I've been in Milwaukee doing shows.
Yep.
Madison. Yep. Grand Rapids, Detroit. Although the Grand Rapids and Detroit thing, I think that was the same weekend. It was just the Detroit was a Wednesday show, and then by the time I was in Grand Rapids. But I just love it. But CBT has recently changed hands. There's new ownership, or whatever, and they've been pretty cool. I haven't had much interaction with them except by email a couple of times.
Really?
You know what I mean?
What do they talk to you about?
Well, they were just kind of letting us know, and almost kind of business boilerplate for the most part, or whatever. And there was a little bit of hey guys, try not to do too much circular firing squad progressive talk speaking. Don't spend all your time shooting down other Democrats or whatever. That kind of and I was like, yeah, they haven't seen my show yet, have they?
To the converter.
Yeah, right. So that was interesting. They sold off 92.5. Yeah, I think they sold off the transmitter because the transmitter's not here. This is the AM transmitter, which is where I get nervous anytime a progressive talk station gets new ownership. Yeah, these they seem pretty cool. I mean, obviously, Norman Goldman's gone, and then they had the other.
Norman's gone?
Yeah, this is his last week. He's going into a podcast format. But I don't know if this was his only station left after a while, because he didn't start here. I don't think he was. He was based out of L.A. His station, his setup was in L.A. all along. He had a studio there and everything.
And it sounded like he got his money from selling access to his show. Anyway.
Yeah. So I'm not, and I would do his podcast in a heartbeat. I love Norm. So And then obviously Steph carries on other things. She's going to be fine here.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see. I hope Mueller knows a lot more than what the Senate knows. In any case, Trump's. I'm like, oh no, the stuff about them, the Senate saying, there's no collusion, there's no evidence. What they said was there's no direct evidence, meaning that they found no smoking gun. Well, they insisted on not looking.
Yep.
They, one of the things about the Senate was when they convened these committees, they would reject.
It's my ride.
Oh, good. Okay, a little loony bin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hal shared your Epiphany segment last week's post show with a couple of friends. They loved it. That's great. Awesome. Yeah, I had a big.
What was your epiphany?
You have to watch the video.
Okay.
I'll tell you after.
Right.
We're only going to do this for about a half hour because there's going to be somebody coming in here to use the conference room, I think. But hide the weed. They avoided calling witnesses that could connect the dots. That's exactly right. The Senate committee and the House committee run under Republicans both avoided information they didn't want to see. They wouldn't call certain evidence, they wouldn't put certain evidence into the record. And so some of the stuff they saw, some of the stuff they heard, but they denied putting it into evidence because they considered it a bad source or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so they can pretend like we have no direct evidence. Well, you have no direct evidence that you allowed to be offered into evidence. You rejected it in closed session.
That we're having this conversation.
I know, it's crazy. As I said, the emoluments violations are quite obvious. I agree. I mean, I think those alone. And again, the problem is the precedent in future with all this stuff. Like the time of Trump will pass. This country has been through the assassination of JFK and the resignation of Richard Nixon. We've been through a civil war. We've been through a lot of stuff, and we managed to right the thing. And I think I still believe, not to get too Anne Frank about it, but that most people are basically good and trying really hard. And the fringes tend to be pulling the leash right now.
That's Anne Frank, not Ayn Rand.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Not to get real Ayn Rand about it.
Not to get real Ayn Rand, but communists are disgusting. Where's my Social Security check?
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Brad. Trump's done a lot of damage.
Yes, he has.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It'll take some undoing, but that's been true of a bunch. I mean, you could argue that some of the stuff that Trump is getting away with, or that he's using to his effect, is stuff that Nixon put in place.
And stuff Cheney put in place.
That's right. Oh, definitely. I mean, the powerful chief executive concept, which is what Cheney was pushing for the whole time. Knowing full well, quite frankly, that one of the things Republicans will always have when they get in office on Democrats is that, quite frankly, no matter how Machiavellian and vampire lady, spirit cooking flesh. Spirit cooking, crazy Pizzagate woman they think Hillary Clinton is. The truth is, when you make a situation where there's yes, Rand Paul is named after Ayn Rand. If you make what is kind of a dominant chief executive, as you put laws in place and situations in place where the president can do almost anything through fiat. Only the Republicans will take full advantage of it.
Right.
That's the reality. Because there was no Obama gun grab. Pizzagate. Now I'm hungry for pizza.
Put Nixon on trial now.
Yeah, right. It ain't Trump. It's the elitist and the oligarchs.
Well, they bought Trump.
Yeah, I mean that's like saying it's not the jalapeno. It's Jeff Dunham. On his steak, or whatever.
Poor Jeff Dunham. No.
You don't get to put a felt racist on your lap and go, what? He said it, I didn't. Like, piss off.
Poor Jeff.
No. I had pizza at CC's on Tuesday. That's nice. Rand Paul was born Randall and went by Randy. Yeah. Tonight's pizza night for me. Yeah, they kept one. The club, they're asking me to bring back a deep dish pizza. I'm like, I don't have time to do that. There's not a lot of ways you can legally get out of this mess. With the compliant GOP in the Senate. Well, that's the thing. The GOP has no heart left at all. No, there's some GOP people with heart. They just have no volume. This is the other thing too. There's this margin of of people that are the tipping point for most votes. And a good portion will go along just to stay reelected or whatever. But in their mind, there's a bunch of people who are like, they know they're the lesser of two evil in their own party.
Right.
There's at least 24 senators. Romney would be one of them.
Yep.
Romney would qualify as a senator who is, a Republican. I'm not a fan, but he is clearly a lesser of two evils of an only Republican senatorial seat.
Right.
There's no way a Democrat's going to be in that seat. So if you had a choice between him and anybody else who was running for that seat, 100 times you'd want Romney in there, because at least he has the illusion of morality from the Mormon church haunting his every move.
Right.
Once we get the full data on Trump, Russia, criminality, Republican politicians will realize this ultra lowbrow approach is destructive. I think there's a potential for that. Can't stop lying. I think there's a real chance that there are a bunch of them that are like, look, I just need the smoking gun, and I'm free to, because my constituents don't like him and they think he's gross, but they're with him until something nasty happens. And that was what happened. Arguably, the tapes were what killed Nixon.
Yep.
Because he was anti-Semitic on them, and that was the linchpin. Romney at least increased the number of people who had health insurance in his state. Right. Well, Romney Care is one of the earlier versions of what drafted into Obamacare, and ultimately helped save a lot of lives. So, again, you have to reject, and this is tough. Norma Ann Goldman said Romney is slimier than Trump. Well, no.
I'd like to hear the context.
Yeah, exactly. Romney bankrupted Toys R Us. Bain Capital does some sneaky stuff. Like I said, he's not a good guy, but he's not that kind of bad guy. And it's very important that you make the distinction between the two. Otherwise, it is the same.
He's a toxic capitalist, but he's not owned by Russia.
Right. Yeah. And there's also, I would call it sort of the racism effect. What racists don't recognize half the time is that when confronted with an asshole, with a person who's just a complete jerk, they throw a racial epithet in their criticism of that person.
Yeah.
Suddenly that person, who was a second ago just an asshole by themselves in a parking lot, suddenly has a whole crowd backing them up because you called that entire group into this argument.
The Bill Burr thing?
What? Oh, when you hear the N-word's coming?
It was the where you place, can I swear on this?
Yeah.
Where you place fucking, there's a lot of fucking Chinese people.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. Well, like where you put it in the sentence
exactly.
it makes it racist or not, kind of racist. Because if you're in a Chinese restaurant, that's weird.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. Well, that context is true of, they're all bad. Fresh dog dirt just smells more like old dry. Yeah, see, my problem is, you're never going to vote for them.
Right.
That's not an issue. So calling them by, an abstract, saying all Republicans are evil, is not it changes nothing.
No.
It's not, you're not going to vote for them. You're not talking yourself into not voting for them. You're not going to vote that way, more than likely.
Or anybody else on this forum.
Exactly. So, but what you can do by making a measured response to them, measured, which is what you'll see Nancy Pelosi do with great effect when she does it. And again, most of the people who are complaining about what Trump is doing, so many of them didn't vote, left President blank, voted for Jill Stein or voted for Trump even, or just didn't vote at all, and also were complaining, like in November, were like, as long as we don't have Nancy Pelosi, I'm so sick of Nancy Pelosi. I don't want to hear from Nancy Pelosi. We need somebody, new blood.
I saw somebody on Facebook saying Nancy Pelosi's bad for the party, and he's a nice guy and everything. I'm like, but who is he parroting? Because he has no idea what Nancy Pelosi is good for.
Right. Well, that was a talking point. The Republicans made her a target, and the Democrats bought it again. It's a manipulative tactic. It works every time. Don't let it work. So the point is, judge somebody based on it. Go, if Nancy Pelosi, if anybody else in the upper ranks that was going for that would have been Speaker, they still would have been good. But she, because of her history and because of her knowledge, was able to manipulate this entire circumstance and just kind of bounce Trump in a way that other people would not have been able to, especially as much as they vilify her.
What is it like behind the scenes with her? I mean, she's got to have just a whole orchestrated process.
Crack of the whip. Aunt, Uncle, nice. Hi, Nate. Yes, I see Davenport. Are you either talking about my character on Lab Rats or you're talking about Iowa? Like, drive that way. You don't have to keep saying that, Nate. It's considered rude. Calm down. And it was actually the Columbia College question. Yeah.
What did they delete?
Just him saying Davenport again and again and again. It's okay. It happens. We love you guys. Sorry. My parents are conservative and hate Pelosi. Right. Well,
Yeah, of
that's
course.
fine. Of course they are. But that's what I'm saying. Is like, no, there are no. I don't know any Democrats that are going to vote for a Republican anytime soon. Like, just not going to happen. Like, it's silly. So the idea is, so when you talk about Republicans, when you go all Republicans are evil, or you cast a generous aspersions on them as a body, what you do is marshal the weak ones with the strong ones. You create a situation where they all have to band together.
No.
Whereas if you go, there's some decent Republicans in there. The bad ones go, which ones?
Yeah.
Which ones do you agree with? I don't like those people. And the good ones go, yeah, I'm over here. Maybe I can speak up. And so you make that's a strategic. Non-voters are the majority. They don't factor then. Like that's pathetic. In general, don't get me started on that. Non-voting is another talk. But what I'm saying is, right now I'm talking about messaging. Get Johnny closer to the mic, or the mic closer to
Oh, sorry.
Just speak up.
I'm a soft talker.
He is. He's a very soft talker. So that's my argument about that. That's just a holdover from the end of the show. I needed to say that. Whatever. That's just post show. It was Nancy Pelosi who did all she could to get the best possible bill and pass both houses to the floor. Exactly.
Yep.
I also think a new generation of Republicans later. I missed that. Hold on.
Oh, good.
I think a new generation of Republicans later will see how toxic and shitty this was. This will age out. There's definitely something to that, but only if you do make discernible differences between these different crowds. If you bother to do it. If you don't bother to do it, you'll just you codify us against them. You always make it. What you have to do, and the Republicans have done this a bit. Trump even tried it during that whole meeting with Nancy and Chuck. He's like, she can't really speak because some of her, she's in a difficult position. Meaning that some of the Democrats agree with me and some of them don't. He tried this tactic.
Yeah.
We never try this tactic, and it's a functional tactic, and it works. Pelosi's the man. Actually, she's the woman, but in a good way, of course. Not the man from the 60s and the 70s. There were a lot of good men in the 60s and the 70s. Don't kid yourself.
Well, I think that's like the man as far as like the man from the 60s and the 70s.
Oh yeah, like from like blaxploitation films. Right. You're correct, Hal. I know some Bernie bros who hated Hillary Clinton and are taking the Trump presidency much worse than me. Well,
right, exactly.
Yeah. Well,
oops.
They should, because they should feel ashamed and guilty. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You should feel bad. Like this, one of my favorite things with people like, no regrets, man. Never any. I'm like, are you kidding? Like, how do you grow without regret?
No regrets. You've done everything right the whole time.
Right. Yeah. And I wouldn't be
absolutely no self-awareness, man.
Yeah. Right. Like, I've never understood.
That's why I can't deal with Ace's book. He doesn't take any ownership of anything.
No. Right. Yeah.
Same with Eric Clapton's book, by the way. If you read Eric Clapton's book, that
I have my issues with Eric Clapton.
Yeah.
And just even the selling of Would You Know My Name? With that song, Tears in Heaven.
Oh,
Whatever.
yeah.
I'm like, as a parent, if I was even remotely culpable through non-guidance,
I think he's more than remotely culpable.
I'm being generous.
Yeah.
If I was anywhere near the circumstance, the idea that I would write a song and sell it.
Yeah. And have it be your comeback.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Like it sets my skin on fire just thinking about it happening. Much less.
In his own book, he talked about taking a young woman down with him as they both got addicted to heroin and like holed up in this house. He had the means. She did not, and he left her to fend for herself when his friends came and got him back into rehab. I don't know what happened to her, and he never, like, I'm a 12-stepper. He never takes any ownership. He doesn't seem to he never did a step forward for anybody out there, meaning that he never did a fearless and searching moral inventory of himself. Right. He's just like, I was in a bad situation. I thought my grandfather was my father, something like that.
So?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, you know what? There are a lot of people with shitty childhoods who did not destroy other people's lives with drugs.
As adults.
Right, as adults.
Yeah.
And if you hear him play with Cream, after Cream is when he got crazy heroin, then he came back, he can't play after that. He had to learn how to play again. Right. It's a different guy. It's a different brain.
Player, right?
Yeah.
Well, and even Layla's about cheating with somebody else's wife.
Yeah, George Harrison.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Wait, sorry, we got off. You guys are still talking to us. There we go. Interesting point, Al. Used to love Clapton. Still some great early music.
The Cream stuff.
Yeah. No, I don't. by the way, I happened to catch The Edge on cable the other day. I really love that film. Awesome.
What's that?
The Edge. It's Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin. The movie about the bear. You know, the guy's trapped in the woods or whatever. It's a treatise. As far as I'm concerned, it's a treatise on manhood. And David Mamet wrote it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know
and
that.
And each character is men at different stages of manhood.
Oh, neat.
So
I like Mehmet.
it's good. Yeah, I love that movie. And I recommend it to any guy I know, because the turn at the end where you see.
He's not recommended this movie to me, by the way.
I have too. We talked about it.
I don't remember.
He doesn't care. We're in an episode of Land of the Giants, right? Hello, small people. all that about Clapton, so true, guys. Cream was Jack Bruce on bass. That sound, yep. Playing right, nice. Please share how, guys. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, don't forget to share and like and click and all that kind of stuff. And I don't think we can.
Who's here? Oh, I'm back for the
I
weekend.
mean, yeah, look at that. It's like old home week, and he doesn't even know we're here.
No, he
doesn't know we're here. He's just walking around. So guess whose policy positions are yesterday's news people? They have. I can tell the name doesn't have any. Love seeing you guys together, brotherly love. Oh, that's good stuff. We will like you if you don't eat us. Like it. So, yeah, it's kind of a good point. So a bit of a nostril can, but we'll be all right. So yes, I have that issue with have you've met some of your musical heroes in your life? Have you had one of the conversations about how much you like something, and then they say, I hate it because I was going through a divorce, or those kind of things? Those moments, you ever had one of those conversations?
I had some very awkward moments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Doug Pinnick is one of my favorites, and then all the stuff they were going through with their manager and labels and him coming out and blah, 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 and what he,
That dude really needs to get sober.
Who?
Doug.
Oh, he just smokes. He stops.
No, he still drinks. He still drinks hard. I saw him drink like a whole thing of tequila during the show. He had the bottle on his cab.
That's a rarity because last time I saw him, he didn't.
Oh yeah,
at all.
It was rough.
Yeah.
I don't like him drunk.
Yeah, no. I don't think it was. Was he around? I don't
Oh,
think
he's here.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, if his family was around.
Oh, maybe that's
Yeah.
yeah, because he's from the area.
Yeah, Juliet.
That might be something. I think it might have been a one-off because he doesn't. He's been pretty solid.
He
eats really good, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and he's doing the Experience Hendrix thing again.
Mm-hmm.
That's being around a lot of good
and
people.
doing and KXM, they work really hard too. So they're in studio.
I thought their album was done.
They were tracking bass on some new stuff too. So it may be, but they may be just going ahead and doing more stuff.
So yeah,
Because George Lynch was at the Ultimate Jam Night a couple weeks ago, and I got to hang out with him.
Where's that? Is that at like the Viper Room or something? The Whiskey?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm singing there next week. I'll be doing For Whom the Bell Tolls
Ooh.
and Iron Man. All movie-related theme songs.
Oh, okay. For Whom the Bell Tolls will be fun.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
I need
a
to
lot
get them to
going
do that stop at Take a Look to the Sky Just Before You Die. 'Cause you stop.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's their live version.
Yeah, right, the live version of it. We're going to do that. I'm trying to, hey, what's up, Pasa Nong? I couldn't see that. Pamusanom.
Hello.
Yeah, Iron Man's going to be a lot of fun. I need to get a Iron Man compression shirt or whatever.
Oh, absolutely. Just with something with the.
With it on the front. Yeah. Al, somebody rolled this back. Hal, maybe you can check out my song. Maybe, perhaps. Sorry for all the caps before. Yeah, don't type in that. It's the Johnny and Hal chat. Yeah, it is. Yep. It's our little chat show afterwards. Hi, how you doing? That last song was Kenny G. Did you see the thing about Kenny G playing for Kim Kardashian and
No, but
for Valentine's Day? Kanye he filled a room full of roses in vases, or his assistant did.
Yeah.
Which doesn't count.
No.
It does not count. And then Kenny G, she walks in and Kenny G is playing. And I'm like, they're breaking up. It's the cruelest breakup ever.
Kenny G actually he looked at what Michael Bolton was doing and saw.
He said, I can't sing, but I can do this.
Well, it was the most just the recent version of Michael Bolton where he can laugh at himself.
Oh yeah, right.
And now Kenny G does that.
Sure.
He's a punchline in Bad Moms Christmas or something like that. Yeah, he plays his Christmas party Not a good movie, by the way.
Really? I would have thought.
The first Bad Moms made me laugh out loud. What? I like people. I like Kristen Bell, so I'll watch
Yeah,
this
right.
stuff.
Yeah, we watch anything with her. She's yet to get a good enough vehicle for her. She does pretty good in this stuff.
I wonder if the new Veronica Mars will step it up a bit. Well, Good Place is good.
Is it?
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
I enjoy it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have much time for TV shows. I can watch movies and that kind of stuff. I did watch the Ted Bundy thing, but mainly for research.
Yeah.
Honestly, because the bit I'm doing in my stand-up, I was like, all right, this kind of pertains all. Yeah. I had to watch Bad Moms Christmas 4 times for my job.
What?
It was torture. Oh, Brett, you poor man.
It is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
New
Good Place
version of
is
the Dune film, Dune filming soon. Yeah.
I like people too, Johnny.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. If anyone missed it last week, sign up on Hal's site for the email list. Yes, that's true. Thank you for reminding me, Can't Stop Lying. Go to halsparks.com and sign up on the email list there. And you can also email me there through the contact form that's there as well. You can like and subscribe to this and to the channel. Give it a thumbs up.
We can chat about anything.
But lab rats, right? Yeah. No, I do that too. I talk about lab rats in post shows or whatever. I like turtles. You are disgusting. But
Yeah.
ban Benny Loco right now. Turtles. We will not have any
We will not
McConnell
abide.
fans hiding out.
McConnell.
I knew it. It was a Mitch McConnell fan. Hiking
Yeah,
in
I like
Jamul and
Veronica
going
Mars
to
too.
the Kratom Bar in Chula Vista if anyone else can. I don't understand your Yeti speak. I'm hiking in Jamul and going to the Kratom Bar in Chula Vista if anyone else can.
Who's this marshmallow guy? I'm a marshmallow, Helen. Johnny, are you? Maybe. What's in it for me?
You are what you eat. Cowabunga Hal, thanks. That's great. No turtlenecks either. No, it's like being choked by your shirt. What is
Like
it? Yeah.
When I look at you
Yeah, Mitch
in
Hedberg.
this, I feel like it should be a mirror, like you should be able to see that I'm looking at you in there.
Mm-mm.
But no.
No, but I will now. I'll do that now. Talk. It's not disturbing or anything. Holy smokes. I love the long version of Dune that was broadcast once. I had it on beta.
Beta.
Look at you.
I had beta.
So many. I watched the Ted Bundy thing. He escaped like El Chapo a couple of times too.
Really?
Has the demand for drugs diminished yet? How?
Not for me.
Quit it. Marshmallow is a fan of Veronica Mars. I see.
Oh.
Uh,
Yeah.
oh, somebody's.
I didn't know that.
Oh, a marshmallow. Oh, that's a reach. I gotta say, like being a Veronica Marshmallow,
Oh wow.
that's a reach.
Did they come up with that, or did the fans?
Oh, I bet they did. Either way, it's not.
Yeah, I didn't. Dune, the movie, didn't hold up for me. I wanted it to.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a little hard. That's a pretty dense book.
It is.
You know, I felt the same way about Atlas Shrugged, the movies. You know, or the Left Behind series.
Left Behind.
They weren't nearly as
Oh.
funny as the books. Not that Kirk Cameron didn't try. He tried so hard to make them as funny as the book. And in a couple of areas, he was way funnier than the books.
He has no idea. how
Oh, the
funny it is.
moment where,
Remember when we used to like talk about how funny Kirk Cameron was on his sitcom?
oh yeah,
Like the Alan Thicke show. What was
yeah,
it called?
Growing Pains.
And like his neighbor Boner Stabone.
Yeah, right. Skippy. Well, no, that was from Family Ties.
Yeah.
What was his name?
I don't remember the actor, but
Yeah.
I just remember laughing about Boner Stabone.
Miss Julie Carroll says cannabis is cool. I wouldn't know. It's 1:30. How you might want to leave. Oh yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, I kind of gotta go to a show. And my girlfriend sent me a picture. Aw.
Hey, Lady B, come here.
Lady B!
Can you talk?
Everybody come over and get to say hi to
We
Lady
almost
B.
ki- we almost killed
I got my
Lady
voice
B.
back.
Yay.
You should have seen her. It was funny. When we were cracking her up, she was huddled over her inhaler during our Ann
Lady
Coulter.
B! Look, Lady B, Lady B, Lady B, Lady B, Lady B. She got her voice back. Yay.
Hi, Lady B.
Love you guys. Love.
Love you all. And I saw Dennis a second ago.
Yeah.
We'll have to say hi to him before we leave.
Yes,
He's in a
yes.
meeting or something like that, or whatever. Are they gonna have? Are they trying to fill new slots on the station?
Well, they finally got somebody for 2 to 5, which is John Esposito.
Mhm.
All right.
Now we're trying to fill out for Norman Goldman.
Right.
Yeah, so they haven't decided
Right.
yet.
Right.
So I guess they're gonna do the same thing what they were doing with when Ben left is try to
Guess.
Rotate
Yeah.
people through.
until
Okay.
they figure out who.
All right, I'll do a few days. Let them
Oh,
know.
okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I'll do a few days.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you know, like there's a couple of weeks leading up for it because I think I go to China again in the second week of March.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
for like 3.5 weeks, almost.
Oh,
a month.
okay.
So, but before then, yeah, I can
Oh, okay.
lead up to that, and then after when I get back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My twins are going to Japan in April.
Nice.
Yeah, because they love the anime.
Anime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah, that's
Oh my
awesome.
God,
So.
God.
Yes, we love you, lady.
It's all good.
Look at us all here together. I'm so happy. Oh, yay. So, I'm gonna miss Norman Goldman as well as the whole country should. Sad David Howell is cool to offer. Oh, well, thank you, Sam of Blam Blam. I mean, I agree. I like Norm a lot.
Yeah.
I give a wide berth to people who come and go in the radio industry or whatever. I've had obviously my comings and goings with other shows,
Yeah.
as you know, and so I just kind of steer clear of
Because
whatever.
there's always something that people don't know.
Yep, there's always some
Yeah.
stacked reason for something else, but we
Yeah.
shall see. So, yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, oh my God, this was nice surprise.
Yeah,
I
it was
loved
great.
it. I
I
was
know.
like, what?
I have to pack up. I gotta get on the road, kids. I have to drive back to Cedar Rapids like nowish.
So crazy.
So, and then I've still got some behind the scenes
Is
stuff
it
to
the
talk
same
with
time
John.
zone?
Yeah,
Okay.
same time zone. So we're okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was like an hour.
Seems like it could be.
Yeah. So we'll sign off and say bye.
Hi guys.
Yeah, bye guys. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for the super chats and all that fun stuff as well. I appreciate it more than you guys even know. Don't forget cameo.com/HalSparks. Yeah, my pecs are finally popping. We're good. Look at that. We've actually added almost an inch to my chest. Like I got one more inch to go and I'll be happy. That's good. It's getting there.
My pecs
Show
are-
off.
Yeah.
He's got pec slippage.
I got a pony keg. It's not a six pack.
Oh, I see.
Pony keg, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Like, they're finally coming in. These guys are like kind of rocking out. You know, it's happening. Don't. Yeah, we're always this close to getting kicked off the air with Johnny. This close. Anyways, love you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye. I think I have to swipe down. How do I do this? Yeah. Stay here. Yeah. Hold on. I have to turn it this way and then swipe.